Hey footy fans, welcome to the Point of Difference Rugby League podcast. I'm your host Dave, and today I have an amazing guest on the show. We all know who he is. He's a Canterbury Kiwi legend, the one and only Brendon Tuuta. How are you, man?
Oh, good, Dave. Good, mate. Yeah, very good. Good to be here, mate.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on the show. Today's very special. Not only do I have you on the show, but it's also my 50th podcast episode since I started this up last year. So,
wow.
How good to have you on the show, man.
Oh, awesome. That's bloody good.
Yeah. So, you went back home to Chatham Islands recently, like when I was getting hold of you to come over here. So, what'd you get up to over there, and was it special to be back home?
Oh, it's always good to go home, Dave. I'm doing a bit of painting and plastering, so I'll head back home there and do a bit of that, and help out where I can with my brother.
Nice, man. Yeah. And you get out there hunting a bit of wicker, I see.
Not bad though. You like pick a wicker?
I ain't anything, mate. I ain't anything.
I'll drop you one off, mate.
Brilliant, brilliant. So you said you're doing painting, plastering. Is that what you do for your trade over here?
Yeah. That's what I do here.
Okay.
Sort of slowing down a wee bit though.
Yeah.
So, which is work out there sort of slowing down, but I'm slowing down too. So getting a bit on. So trying to spend a bit of time doing other things.
Yeah, man. Like, what do you get up to in your spare time? What does Brendon Tuuta love to do when he's not plastering?
I have a few beers, catch up with people. Yeah. Used to do a bit of diving. Used to like that a fair bit, but that's sort of not at the moment. It's a bit too cold jumping in the water, but do a bit of fishing now and again. A few mates. It's out and about, Dave.
Bloody brilliant. Good. Sounds good, man. I love being outside. Cracker of a day here today in Christchurch.
Beautiful day today, mate.
Freezing as hell, though.
Yeah. Freezing like hell, all right.
So let's rewind the clock. As I mentioned, you're from Chatham Islands. You're born over there. So what was it like growing up as a young fella in the Chatham Islands?
Oh, so we sort of grew up with Mum and Dad sort of come off the island when I was probably about 6 or 7.
Okay.
And I've got 2 older brothers and a sister, so come off the island, done all their schooling and that basically off the island, and Dad sort of he had a turn at a rugby league game that we had, and he had a bit of a heart attack.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And I sort of didn't know and until after the game, so he came out of it good as gold and got everything sort of fixed up on him, and he decided he wanted to go back to the Chatham. So Mum, Dad and everyone else sort of shifted back home. Okay. So when did you come over to New Zealand to stay over here permanently? Oh gee, I would have thought about 73, 74, something like that.
Okay. All right. So was that when you got into rugby league, or where did that rugby league journey start?
It started at Hornby.
Okay.
I think Dad sort of used to come down. He used to take me to trainings and stuff like that. And there was another fella down there who was actually coaching us, Sam Shelford, which is Adrian's dad.
Yeah.
And the next thing, him and Dad sort of clicked and got on, and they're drinking buddies for sort of the rest of their lives, and then after that, so Dad started helping Sam out. So, so they're both down there doing it, and it was good. It was Dad used to think, no, he's not coaching you right, boy, and all the rest of it, and I sort of thought, Dad, how the hell do you know? You never coached league before in your life. But I think Dad just got down there, they had a good friendship, and that down there was awesome.
Bloody excellent, man. So where did the love for rugby league come from when you first started playing? Was it, what was it that you enjoyed about playing?
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything. Getting up and being a young fella, couldn't wait to go to footy and stuff like that. Playing in plastic boots and stuff like that. It was crazy. It was brilliant.
Awesome, man. Would you say it came naturally to you, when you first started playing? Because we've all seen your career, pretty amazing player. But what was it like those early days for you on the field?
I sort of can't remember, but I sort of I remember a sort of couple of little games. I was probably about 9 or 10.
Okay.
I used to get sent off then, Dave.
reputation started from day one.
I used to have a couple of early showers and that then. Well, we didn't have showers back there, straight in the car and way home. But and sort of after that, I sort of made 13-year-old Canterbury sides and, just the other tournament sides going then. Right. 13, 15s, I think might have been.
Okay.
And, just progressed like that, mate. So
awesome. And so what position were you playing? Because you weren't always in the forwards, were you?
Oh, shit, no.
No?
No, I wasn't in the forwards, but I used to play halfback. That's there or 5'8", just with somebody like that.
Yeah.
Until, it might have been Phil Prescott when I went to Halswell, sort of, dirty bastard put me in back row.
Oh, that's gold. So, stepping up into another position. But what was it like stepping up to play for Prems for Hornby when you first made your step up into that comp? Were you still quite young then, like coming up against some pretty hardened men that have been around? Yeah, we had a couple of good, really 19-year-old sides back at Hornby. They had two teams. Yeah, and they used to be sort of good sides, top of the league sides. I think it was Linwood, the usual sort of teams and 19-year-olds, and there were some good players that come out of there that went straight into premiers, and it was brilliant grade. It was an awesome grade. Yeah. I think I might have been about 17 then. Okay. And a fella called Keith Burgess was coaching them, and Budgie and that used to keep the teams together, and we were all good mates, all the team we had together. Yeah. And then I think Frank was coaching the Prems then, and I think I had my first game, I think it might have been when I was 18, or might have been. Okay. Or 19. 18, man, far out.
And playing with those boys, with Walter and Adrian Shelf was playing then.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I see some good players
Kiwi front row right there.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Barry Eakins here. Yeah. Had a few games with him. Robin Oldfield, Ross Taylor.
Far out.
Yeah, gee, they had a good side.
Amazing.
Yeah, I was surprised. I couldn't believe it when I was sort of playing with them at the time.
So you were straight in the halves then? No, Frank put you in the back row?
No, Frank didn't put me in the back row. No, I wouldn't have gone. I wouldn't have played. But, I was put me in the halfback.
Right, you were halfback.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how number 7 sort of started for me.
Yeah, so what sort of style of halfback were you? I'm very curious to know.
Not a very good one.
My game was not a very good one.
Not a very good one. Yeah, I was sort of more of a sort of up the gut sort of halfback, Okay. It's an extra forward, really.
Really?
Yeah, I sort of wasn't sort of that flash on, sort of putting people through holes or that sort of stuff, like the halfback back in the day, like Sterlings and stuff like that. Yeah, I was more up the guts. Yeah, sort of extra forward.
That's unbelievable. I love it. Okay, so as you're well aware, I had Frank Endicott on right here a couple of weeks ago. Oh, yep. He described you as having the heart of a lion, but also had to try and tame you a little because every time you got tackled, you basically wanted to whack someone. But what are your memories of Frank back in those early Hornby days? And, what was it about the game that lit that fire inside of you where you hated being tackled? What was it?
I think Frank's telling stories. I can't really say. I don't think anyone likes being tackled, do they?
You're just ultra competitive.
Yeah, could say. Yeah, maybe something like that. But I don't know. It's I just had a lot of aggression, I suppose. Yeah. A lot of built-up aggression, and sort of bring that up and take it out on the weekends. Yeah, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Out on the field, but that's the way I used to play. Yeah. And it's if I sort of curbed it, my game was sort of gone. Okay. And that wasn't me. Yeah. So it was either in or not in.
Yeah, well, I know all about that. I'm 100% in or not at all. That's how I live my life, basically. So, so I guess because you were playing in the halves, stepping up into forwards, when you progressed into the forward pack, do you have to play with that bit more aggression? Because you want to get over the top of your forward opposition, and but also being a slighter build compared to some of these big boppers, I guess you got to make up for it.
Yeah. Well, there was a sort of saying going around at the time when I was sort of playing that you can't run without their heads.
I've heard that before. It's a good one.
And that seemed to work for me.
That's cool.
Because those boys were, some of those boys were quite big. I wasn't built like some of those boys, and Jesus, they were hard to stop. Tell you that much.
Absolutely. So 1985 classic Hornby vs Halswell final. You scored a try. What are your memories of that game going down to basically Phil Bancroft sunk you guys by a point?
Yeah, fucking Banky. Yeah, it was devastated really. Yeah. And Hornby had an awesome side that year. Shit, they had some good players in there. And so did Halswell too. They had a good team there as well. But fuck yeah, watching that drop goal going over wasn't very fucking flash.
No,
for us, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I suppose, were you like the dominant side that year and then sort of just fell over at the final hurdle?
No, not really. Halswell was still there, sort of main competitors with Hornby at the time as well. Yeah. But, sort of can't really sort of remember too much of the 85 series playing with Hornby and Prems, really. Right. But, I just remember that final.
Must have hurt.
Oh, shit.
Losing any final sucks.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Just sucks.
Yeah.
Well, you got your revenge, 1986. You took on Halswell. You actually gave a bit of a hiding that match. What was the mindset after losing the year before going into that grand final? Like, what's the team thinking?
Oh, never again.
Yeah.
Never again. But, like saying they had another good side, Yeah. Another beautiful side. And against the old faux pas again. So, but those matches are always good, mate.
Yeah, man.
And I think they still are.
Oh, absolutely. We went to club day a while back. It was Hornby, Halswell on Halswell turf. Hornby got the win, but it was a great crowd. It was fantastic.
I'd believe it. Yeah. Shit, yeah. Shit, we used to have some good derbies.
Yeah, I bet, man. Well, it might be on again next week if Halswell can get up over Lisbon today. So yeah.
Good luck to them today, hopefully.
Should be a big match, mate, I reckon.
So they'll get a good crowd down there today?
I reckon. Well, I went last week to the Linwood Hornby game, and it was actually a pretty fair crowd. So, I reckon it might be bigger again today.
Oh, good one. Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah, it'd be great. So, 1986, you make your debut for Canterbury. Yeah. What's it like pulling on the red and black for the first time?
Oh,
how good is that?
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sort of, I think Ray Heffernan was coaching the Canterbury side then. Yeah. And we used to get changed at Addington. Okay. And we used to meet there early in the afternoon and stuff like that, and head over to the showgrounds, get dressed and all that. Yeah. At the Addington show, at the boys' club room. So we used to have a feed there, and I was pretty starstruck really for some of those boys that were playing on the Canterbury side. Yeah. I can't remember who. It might have been Wellington. It might have been their first game.
Yeah, I was going to ask that because I couldn't actually quite find who it was.
Yeah, but, I think the other halfback then again in Wellington, I think Neville Ramsey, I think his name was. Okay. And he was a good little player too. Yeah. Yeah, sort of ran, but I think we came up with victory that year.
Nice.
Well, against him anyway.
Nice.
That was my sort of first game of Canterbury.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Was it like another whole level over Prems?
It was a wee bit.
Yeah.
But, just a bit more, just another step above, I suppose. Yeah. In the old league scene. With the club side, I should say. But, but depends who you're playing. Like Wellington always had a good side. Yeah. Auckland, as we know, always had better sides. Yes. And everyone else is sort of pretty even. The Coast had some good sides back then. Yeah. We used to get rattled by them. I think we got rattled by them a couple of times, maybe. Yeah.
It's a shame they're not where they used to be, but they're trying. They're trying.
Definitely.
Got the Greyhounds coming this year. They had a couple of wins in the Prems comp, which is great.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to see.
Absolutely. So
yeah,
we've got to keep building it.
Too right. You're right, Dave.
So you actually got the halfback spot for the South Island team that year as well. So who were you playing in the South Island side back in those days?
Oh, Jesus. I remember we went over the coast one year and it was the South Island side. We had Dean Bell come and play.
Really?
Yeah, come and played. He must have come back. He must have come back from England. Okay. And I don't know if he just had it just in the off season, but I remember him playing in the centres for South Island one year.
Far out.
Yeah, and that was back a while ago.
Yeah.
But that was over the coast.
Yeah.
Over at, I can't even remember the ground over there, main league ground anyway, but I can't even remember who we were playing.
Okay.
But I thought, Jesus Christ, what's he doing? He was a superstar.
Oh, mate,
you know?
They don't come much better than Deep
Oh,
Bell.
no, not at
Wigan,
all.
Deep Bell, they go hand in hand. That's amazing.
Oh, doesn't it? You know? Yeah, crazy. The thing that he was, playing in the same team as me.
It's pretty cool, man.
Fucking hell.
That's pretty cool. That's so cool. So 1987, massive change in your footy career. You left Hornby and you went to Halswell. Like, what was the thought process behind, switching clubs, jumping the fence? Not only did you go to Halswell, but they're like the arch rivals of Hornby. Like, it's a big deal down here. And you started playing lock. So how did it all come about, man? Big question.
I had a few mates and they used to play for Halswell.
Yeah.
And sort of, I actually went down the Chathams. I wasn't going to play league that year.
Okay.
So I buggered off back to the Chathams and I thought, no, I've had enough of league. I'm going to go home.
Really?
And I was only down home for 2 or 3 months. I thought, nah, fuck this. I'm going back out to play league.
Fishing wasn't quite cutting it.
And everything else that goes with it. But it just wasn't my time to go home and stay down home. So and that was sort of the start of the season, I think. And then when I come back out, I was talking to a couple of mates and that were at Halls. I said, I'll come over and play for us. And Reg sort of got a few cousins and that down at the Chatham, so Reg Wakefield. So me and him had a bit of a yarn and had a yarn with Phil Prescott, and so I ended up going.
Yeah, because I remember Phil telling me about that, and I was like, oh, wow, because did you have to get released from Hornby to go?
Oh, God. I can't remember. I think they released me anyway.
Okay.
Because I think at the start of the season, I sort of said, no, I'm going into the Chathams.
Okay.
So I don't know if I sort of sneaked out of it that way by saying that. I shouldn't be saying that at all. But
it's good. It's great.
Yeah, well, that's what happened anyway, Dave, End up
amazing.
going down there and went over. Phil got us over, so it was good.
Awesome, man. And so did you cop it on the field from your old Hornby mates during the season?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think we play at the showgrounds, and first game. Not our first game, but when we come up to Hornby, I wasn't sort of looking forward to that game too much. But I remember taking a kick off, and I think it might have been Ian Gear Goober.
Yeah.
He was prop back then, and he could hit some people. Jeez, he was a good hitter. And he put one on me and just about swung me around, doing about 20 flips in the like this and on my back, and I got hammered.
Yeah.
Ross Taylor gave it to me. Walter gave it to me.
Unbelievable. But you had the last laugh. You played your third straight grand final against Marist, and in your second season with Halswell.
Yep.
And alongside your cousin Russell.
Yep.
And you got your third grand final in a row. That's pretty epic.
Oh yeah, amazing. Yeah, I was pretty wrapped.
Yeah.
Doing that. That was actually Walter was actually coaching Marist, I think.
Okay.
Back then. So I just come back in that grand final. I just come back in. I just had my knee done. I'd done my cruciate.
Oh, really? And
just coming back, had no games, and Phil put me into lock.
Yeah.
And I was quite lucky actually to get a run because the boys were going so well,
Okay.
So that was my first game back for about 5 or 6 weeks.
Far out.
Yeah. So it was a pretty hard game.
I bet.
Good day.
Got the chocolates. That's
Got
the
the
way.
chocolates away.
So then you actually decided to sign with the Western Suberbs Magpies a couple of years later, 1989. So how did that all come up? And was that the dream to get over to Australia?
Oh, no, not really.
Okay.
It wasn't for me at the time. I just enjoying my footy where I was. But in that final, the Marist final, when we played against Marist, they were sitting in the grandstand, and they come over to watch someone else play.
Okay.
And I was lucky that I got on the field, and about a month later, they gave the person that I come over to watch wasn't playing.
Okay.
So they ended up giving me a ring a couple of months later and said blah 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 blah. And I thought, oh yeah, I won't say anything to anyone. I'll just keep that under my hat until such things happen. And I think I don't think I even said anything to Phil. I think I sneaked over there and had a trial.
Really?
Yeah.
The old sneak over the fence and have a trial in Australia. So was it like? So were you quite keen though once they did approach you?
Oh yeah, I was pretty keen.
Yeah.
But I didn't really think much of it.
Really?
No. I quite liked my football where I was, but if it was going to happen, it was going to happen. It was that sort of attitude.
Okay.
And went over there and trialled, and I think we played against. We had one sort of home trial against whoever was going to try and make the Western Suburbs that in that grade, and some of them are they wouldn't pass you the ball, the bastards, just so to do something with the ball.
Right.
They either face you or put the ball behind you. Yeah, sort of didn't like me coming over there and having a bit of a trial with old Kiwi boys.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. How did they treat you? Like
pretty shit.
Pretty shit. Right.
But I had a trial. I think it was midweek trial. Then I had another trial against Canberra. So I must have went all right in that first game.
Okay.
And then after that, you got rid of a lot of people that were trying to have a go, and so we were up with the big boys at Canberra, and that was a lot better. Yeah. Yeah. Shit. Yeah.
Nice.
That was good. So I must have went all right in that too, because I got named in the I think it might have been 23 squad.
Wicked.
Yeah.
So what sort of contract did they give you back in those days?
I would have played over there for nothing, mate.
Yeah.
But it was sort of around where that rookie scheme sort of shit was happening with NRL.
Yeah.
I mean, with NZR.
Yes.
And anyway, well, my contract was, I'll tell you my contract. They had to pay a $45,000 waiver to NZR, so they paid that.
Really?
So I was probably living on dog biscuits that season,
That's gold. Oh, mate, that's awesome.
But it didn't bother me. Hey, I was playing NRL.
It's pretty amazing, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I've had a lot of people sit there and tell me just how hard it was, like to get clubs to pay that transfer fee. They just wouldn't pay it,
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know why they'd done that sort of bullshit, not letting players go like that.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. But I think after that, all of that was going on, because that was a time when there's probably about, I don't know, 7 or 8 players over there.
Yeah.
At the time, going through that same old shit.
Yeah, Gary Freeman would have been one of them around that exact same time. Maybe a couple of years before, actually.
He would have been, year before. I think someone ended up taking the court for restraint of trade or
Tony
something.
Kemp.
Yeah, it was too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kempy.
Yeah.
And it sort of opened the floodgates up, really.
Yeah.
So which is good, but you shouldn't have to do that. If
nah.
Good enough to play there, you should be playing there.
100%. So what was it like, playing in the Australian comp, stepping up from New Zealand, playing against like hardened, like professionals, semi-professionals, Crazy. Yeah. Tough era as well.
Oh, very. Yeah. I sort of learned a few lessons there, Dave. Who not to try and hammer and who to hammer.
So you're like playing guys like Blocker Roach and Paul Sheridan, to name a couple of hardened Australian forwards. What's it like tackling them?
Oh, I remember our second game was... our first game was against... my first grade game was against... We played North at North Sydney.
Yeah.
And I was in reserve grade, and then they put me up into first grade, to sit on the bench for them. I ended up getting on for first grade. Then my second NRL game was against Balmain. This was out at Magpie Land.
Yes.
And all those boys were playing Roach, Sheridan. Oh, God, there's some big boys. We ended up beating them 8-6.
How good? 8-6. So that would have been, was that Campbelltown?
Is that Campbelltown?
Wicked.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so, and that was quite good. But, Jesus, yeah, football's just completely different.
So different now.
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
And that Balmain side was the side at that time. Them and Canberra, probably the two hottest sides in the comp.
Yeah, Canberra. We actually bet them too.
Far out.
Yeah, down at Canberra.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Beating them. God, there's some good boys in there.
Yeah. Amazing side.
Oh, yeah.
The Walters boys.
Yeah.
Chicka Ferguson, Melbourne, Bradley Clyde, Toddy, they were all there.
Yeah, the whole fucking lot of them.
So what was the training like? What were you like as a trainer? And what was the training like in Australia compared to anything you've done here? I
enjoyed my training.
Yeah.
I used to like training, and I'd do the hard yards that I had to do.
Okay.
And, I loved it. I love training. And training, the only time I sort of didn't love training is we had a Kiwi trial in Auckland, and this is the first time I sort of made the Kiwi team was named.
Yeah.
And my coach at the time from West come over to the trial.
Yeah. And
he wanted to see if he can get some more players to go back and maybe trial for West.
Okay.
So it was a good opportunity for him. So. When they named the Kiwi side out up in Auckland, and I made it.
Yes.
And I had to get on the plane with him the next morning to go back to West because we were playing Canberra at Canberra.
Oh wow.
and sort of things I end up sort of getting on the booze and that for the next couple of days. So I missed the plane here in Auckland, but I got the next one sort of out, and we ended up flying back into Canberra, still pissed up, and we had a sort of captain's run before the thing.
Yeah.
I never turned up to the captain's run and stuff like that, and things went downhill from there.
Oh God, what a story! Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. So, like you said, named for the Kiwis for a 3-test series against the Kangaroos.
Yeah.
I had both Kieran Walters and Bradley Clyde on my podcast, and they mentioned one name when I said, you played in the 89 Test series against the Kiwis here in Christchurch. So they go, Brendon Tuuta absolutely made himself known that he was on the field.
Wow, right.
So that was from their mouths, and they absolutely remembered you. I went and watched the footage because I hadn't seen it for ages, and I watched the first set of the match. I think you made every tackle, and you absolutely were just flying it and cut them in half.
I was just keen.
Mate, you were like a racehorse, mate.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
I was probably too keen, mate.
So what was it like, though, making your debut for the Kiwis? Did you love it?
Oh, fucking loved it. Yeah, it was brilliant. Mum and Dad were there when they come up from the Chathams, and mate, aunties and uncles there. I loved it.
Mate,
yeah.
How good to play Australia in your first Test match.
Oh, and even at home here.
Yeah, at Christchurch. How good's that?
Absolutely brilliant, mate.
Yeah, you didn't get the win, but pretty cool to be unleashed to go chop Australians in half for 80 minutes.
They got me back though.
Oh mate, it's all good. It's all good. So, what did it mean to you though to run out for New Zealand for your first camp?
It was pretty good because probably about in '88 or it might have been '87. I thought I was in for a good chance then, and I missed out, and I was pissed off, and I didn't know what it was. It was maybe not enough training or what was going on, and I think the person that they actually picked, I think they went over to Aussie and played a series over there, but they were doing sort of a couple of club games and that as well.
Okay.
And I think the person that sort of had my spot got hurt,
right,
and they never replaced him. So, and that was the first game, and that sort of Well, bugger, I could have got in there maybe, but never mind. It is what it is, eh? At the end of the day, but I just love playing for the Kiwis.
Yeah,
I love touring with them.
Yeah,
but
it's the best.
Big family.
Yeah, awesome, man. So who are some of the characters? Because you said you like going on tour. You went to Great Britain and France, but you didn't play any tests on that tour, from what I read. But what's the experience like? Going on a tour.
Yeah, awesome, bloody awesome.
Yeah.
Just one big family outing, really. It's who was I rooming with? Hank. First one would have been, I think I was rooming with Dwayne Mann.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, and then I think we went to France and we was rooming with Walter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good because me and him sort of got on. He struck up good partnership. I remember one time he brought me back from the coast and sort of made the Canterbury side. And we played the coast and we used to catch school buses, the buses and that over there.
Yeah.
And we'd come back on a bus, and when we come back we always had a few beers, and that's when I first sort of got on the Canterbury side.
Nice.
And Walter got me a bit pissed up and dropped me off at my girlfriend's place and just knocked on the door, and I just let me lying on the floor, on the ground, just sort of to know where I was, and my my girlfriend's father come out and opened up the door. Fuck. That was wild to say. Me and him got on pretty well,
That's fantastic, man. How good.
Good man, old Walter.
So, moving back to club footy, after 1990 with Western Suberbs, you signed with Featherstone Rovers. So, how did that come about, and was that a massive decision to fly over to the UK to further your career?
Oh, fuck yeah. No, it wasn't sort of to further my career, so I thought I sort of was getting hammered in NRL.
Okay.
Not physically, just by the refs and shit shit like that sort of happening after about a couple of seasons there, and I still had another 2 seasons to run at the Magpies.
Okay.
And I thought, no, I got to get out. So I went to Featherstone for 12 games, it might have been.
Right.
And West weren't that sort of good. If something come up, they might have let me go. Okay. And something did come up. So I enjoyed my football at Featherstone.
Yeah.
Had their 12 games there. And sort of at the end of the season, and I loved it. And I thought, shit, if I could stay here, I would. And so I ended up signing a 3-year deal with them.
Working, man. So was it quite a nerve-wracking experience, like when you first fly over to a brand new country? Do you get nervous changing clubs and moving house and all the logistics of it all?
Nah.
Didn't bother you too much?
Not really.
Oh,
didn't bother me. It bothered my wife a wee bit and the kids, but they got used to it.
Just pretty excited for the opportunity.
Yeah. Exciting for all of us, really.
Yeah.
So Featherstone pretty welcoming.
Yeah, yes, and they absolutely love you over there too. They just love you, man. So, what was the conditions like? So you're playing in Australia. It's hot, it's hard. You go into the UK. It's wet. It's freezing. That's muddy grounds. What's it like, man?
Oh, it's shit. But
shit.
But you had to deal with it. I remember one time we were playing St Helens, and it was on a frosty ground, and this is on our home ground, and we thought, right, we'll have these boys. They wouldn't want to go out there playing on this ground. The ground was like concrete.
Yeah.
And St Helens were a good side then. Well, I still are, but geez, we were up about 18-0 at half time.
Yeah.
And we thought, we were right. But then the old sun started coming on the ground.
Okay.
And the old ground started to thaw out a wee bit, and they liked it a bit more. We were getting beat 32-18.
Oh my God. Oh, hilarious.
But the grounds are hard. But then they changed it over, didn't they?
To align with Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was good, mate.
Yeah, that would have been good for everyone, I think.
Definitely.
So 92, you endured a very tough season at Featherstone. You found yourselves battling for relegation. Unfortunately, you did get relegated.
Yeah.
So what do you go through as a player in a club? You've just got settled, you're going okay, and then you have a bit of a dud season, and you find yourself being relegated to Div 2, and you're a Kiwi. What do you go through as a player?
Oh, a lot of thoughts about changing clubs, and think, well, what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
But I like saying, it's just the people at the club that sort of wanted to stay, and the players. There's some good players there.
Yep.
And yeah, we ended up getting relegated. So I think we had 1 year in First Division and got back up again.
Yes.
And then I think Steve Martin come along. He used to coach Norths and that in Sydney.
Yep.
He come along, had applied for the job, and ended up getting the job, and went back up into Super League.
Yeah.
So, but we used to have a coach there called Peter Fox.
Okay.
And he sort of old school coach, and he was good, and he was hard, but he was fair.
Okay.
And a lot of players and that sort of congregated around him because he was good. And I enjoyed my time under Peter.
Yeah.
And he was different to what I was used to, but bloody good.
Yeah.
Good old school coaching, mate.
Just good old hit up the guts, mate, your tackles.
Yeah, and
get out there and be hard.
Yeah, and just told it straight how it was.
Okay.
It was good. And then Steve Martin come along, sort of completely different sort of coach. And
okay.
Yeah, so one extreme to another.
So what worked for you as a player then, just quickly on that? Like, did you need to be told how it was, or if you were not playing up to standard, or not that you ever really dropped your standards ever, but what worked for you? Did you need a blasting, or did you need an arm around you occasionally?
Nah, didn't need blasting at all. I just knew what we had to do.
Yeah.
And if we didn't do it, well,
Yeah.
But we just that sort of road. No, I didn't need sort of revving up to go on the field.
Okay.
I was revved up enough.
You were plenty revved up enough. As you say, you actually played the whole season of Division 2.
Yep.
And incredibly, you guys had an amazing season. You flogged a lot of teams actually along the way. I mean, I guess you just come down from Div 1. So, but I actually read on the Featherstone website, I read the timeline of their history, and they stated, it was on the back of Brendon Tuuta, inspired like everyone, to win the Division 2 and go back up. It's pretty special that they singly mention you.
Oh, that's good, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That's pretty wicked, eh?
Oh, shit, yeah. You would not believe we know how their fans in that are in England.
They're pretty awesome.
Oh, they're pretty, yeah.
Yeah.
Some pretty tough ones.
Yeah, there's some very mean ones as well, I guess.
Yeah. Featherstone, I just loved my time there. It was just absolutely brilliant. But and we played at Old Trafford.
Yeah. Played Workington.
Played Workington at Old Trafford. Yeah. So that was good.
Yeah.
It's the only time we sort of got into play at Old Trafford, but that was a bit of experience,
So what's the size of the crowd? Even though for Division 2 fight, was it still like packed out and everyone's crazy?
Yeah, everyone's crazy, and
Wicked.
like saying, everyone's sort of pulling in there because they played the first the Super League final there as well.
Yeah.
After that.
Oh wow!
So after that game, so we were sort of the runners up.
Wow!
So yeah, it was brilliant.
What an experience!
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
And it was a close game. You won 20-16.
I know.
Mate.
I know.
What a win to go back up to Division 1.
If we lost that game, mate, there would have been a few heads getting strung.
I bet. So what was the reaction for the club, the fans, the players? Like, it must have just been rejoicing, jubilation. All
it was. Yeah, it was. It was back to the club rooms. Yeah, crowds. It was bloody awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and back up in the Super League, obviously.
So that's like the positive of, okay, you had the step down, but then how good is it to celebrate going back up? That's massive.
Yeah, actually, now I know what a First Division final would be like. You know? It's absolutely brilliant.
Oh, that's so cool, man.
Absolutely. Can't beat
it. So you played in a great era when a lot of Kiwis did go to the UK. Who were some of the standouts you came up against? And did you ever have any like friendly rivalry, with anyone in particular?
No, not really. All the Kiwis sort of, you try and touch each other up.
Yeah.
And if you're playing, yeah definitely.
How good. You want to come up against a few?
Oh yeah. I mean, one year we played Oldham and C. Solomona, and was playing for Oldham then.
Yeah.
And there was a fellow playing on the wing for Oldham. His name was Nigel Nigel Heslop, and he just come from rugby union, England rugby union, and he played on the wing, and me and him end up getting into a bit of a tussle on the sideline. So I uppercutted him. I broke his jaw, which broke his jaw, and it was a big all-in fight after that.
Wow.
And the next thing I see Solomona coming in, and he was flying them like windmills, right? He was like this, and I didn't end up grabbing hold of C, but both of us got sent off.
Yeah.
And so when you get sent off, you obviously got to walk through the crowds, and you got in that Oldham, you got to walk through the crowds, and this changing room is probably about a couple hundred metres away.
Okay.
So me and him, we didn't talk to each other until we got into where we were getting changed and shower. So me and him, and back in the day, they had big bars there. So, and there was all the piss was there as well.
Yeah.
And he's changing, and I yelled out to C. I said, "C, you might as well come down and we'll have a beer, eh?" And he said, "Oh yeah, might as well." So we jumped in the bath and started drinking all the piss. We didn't even go back and watch the end of the game.
Still don't know who won.
No. Teams come back out, and here's me and the C rolling around the bath pissed up.
That's cold. Oh my God, how good. Yeah. Oh mate, brilliant. So also 1992, made the Kiwis again, and you took on the British Lions back here in Palmerston North.
Yeah.
Got a 15-14 win thanks to Daryl Halligan and a field goal, and obviously a massive team performance.
Yep.
What's it like going into battle against the Brits? You know, you got Canterbury legends, Brent Stewart, Brett Todd, the late Quinton Pongia, and yourself all in the starting forward pack. Yeah. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, pretty good, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stewie had a good game. Quinton had an awesome game that day.
Yeah,
I remember. And it come down to Daryl Halligan dropping the goal. Jesus.
Little rugby convert to league too, just quietly.
Yeah, definitely.
Freaking play. I loved it.
I DJ, yeah.
So what's it like taking on the Poms, you know, especially Palmerston North, not necessarily known for its rugby league either. So
no, but we used to have a couple of games up there, but mate, they're a hard side. Jesus, they're a hard side. They've got some good boys in the
big
front.
Lads, eh?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Just built big.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
But did they ever get worn out? Because you're a more slightly built forward, but they just big lumbering boys, but they got good engines on them, eh?
Oh, definitely. Andy Platt and all of them.
Dennis Betts have been playing?
Yeah, Dennis. I don't know if he's playing that game.
I don't think he played that one actually, no.
Dennis Betts, Calvin Skerritt.
Oh, wow.
And he was a big boy. He was actually come to West when I was at West, Calvin.
Okay.
Him and Ellery Hanley.
Far out.
Schofield was there. Yeah, but Calvin Skerritt, he went back after West, and I think he played for Bradford, and then went on to Wigan after that.
Okay.
He made a good name for himself.
Yeah.
He was a good hard man.
Yeah.
Pom's always been hard, eh?
Yeah, man. Well, your likes of Kevin Ward and all those boys back in the day.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly it. It's mental. So you had a drawn series. You lost the second match. Wasn't much in it. But then you got selected to play for the Kangaroos in 93. You came up with a 14-all draw in the first test. Yeah. And I think you came off the bench. So how hard is it sitting there put me in, coach? How hard is that?
Frustrating. Pretty hard. You jump on the field, as a reserve, and you're blown after about 2 or 3 minutes.
Really? Because you're just so pumped.
Yeah, so you're just gone. Next thing you're getting hooked off.
Oh, that's cool.
No, but the game sort of came. I remember the 14-0 draw because we thought we had them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they come back at us, and I think they might have done a drop goal or a penalty or something like that to draw the game. Yeah.
But to be fair, you took on a pack. Here's the pack. I wrote it down. Bradley Clyde, Paul Surin, Bob Linder, Glenn Lazarus, Steve Walters, and Paul Harrigan. But wait, the bench, Ian Roberts and Brad Mackay on the bench. What a team. Yeah. And Ian Roberts is one of the hardest forwards you'll ever have to tackle or be tackled by.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, definitely,
You took them on 14-all. I'd take that.
Yeah, definitely. Take that any time of the week. Definitely. But, yeah. I sort of never, in my sort of Kiwi career, I never sort of bet, and we never had a victory against them.
Shame.
But yeah, that's sort of fuck.
Yeah, because there was a few scattered in and around when you played.
Yeah.
Didn't quite get the win.
Yeah. A 14-0 draw. That was closest we got to.
Didn't lose. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Right, 1993, we'll go down in history as one of the most historic, and at the time, the last provincial final between Auckland and Canterbury before the Lion Red Cup was set up. Auckland were bringing back guys like Tawera Nico, Craig Innes, Tia Ropazi, and, Happy Frank. He had his own secret weapon in himself, kept it really quiet. And, you arrive at the final minute, bolstering an amazing Canterbury side that was already impressive. So how did all that come about? How were you able to get back over for the game? And were you really wanting to come back for the game?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think at the time it was in our off season anyway.
Okay.
And so I think we were just heading back home then. But I still had to get a clearance and that from Featherstone to play, and Frank obviously sorted all of that out because that eventuated, which was good.
Yeah.
And so that was sort of all Frank there, really. And I wanted to come back and play for the boys, but I didn't want to come back and take someone's position, being in the final, which I did, which sort of got to me a wee bit, you know.
Interesting.
I felt a bit shit about that, but I didn't feel shit about going on the field though.
No.
Just, that was it.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Oh, mate.
It was good.
What was the reaction from the boys when you turn up? It's like, surprise, I'm here to play with you lads. Like,
oh, no.
How good's that?
I sort of can't remember the boys. Hey, no, they were all pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously I knew all the boys and that anyway, and it was good to be home and have that game at home. It was awesome, mate.
It was
nothing
unreal,
better.
It
was absolutely brilliant.
So what was the vibe in training like? Because Frank Endicott was saying he's literally he could just tell you guys were so ready, almost too ready. They had to pull you back a little bit for the training run the day before.
Yeah, I think that was it. It was sort of, we didn't train that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone knew, we just knew, mate.
Yeah.
Those boys were pretty tight fit
Yeah.
at Canterbury side back then, and just knew.
Yeah.
Just knew we were going to beat them.
It was going to happen. And so yourself personally, you're coming up against Tawera Nico opposite locks, and you were the two Kiwi boys always jostling for that lock spot for the Kiwis.
Yep.
It must have been an amazing challenge, to be facing him in a final to stamp your authority as the dominant lock.
Oh, it's pretty hard to stamp your authority over Tawera.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. He had a good game too.
He did have a good game.
I think just the rest of those other players sort of didn't step up for him,
Yeah.
But you can't sort of step up for him when the Canterbury side's going that well in D and all that sort of stuff,
I mean, you guys were outstanding in every asset of the game. It's not Auckland didn't play that well, but you guys played extremely well, forcing them probably to make a lot of unforced errors.
Yeah,
and things
definitely.
Like that.
Yeah, that's sort of saying that the Canterbury side sort of stopped them from playing that well.
Absolutely.
And we were, they had some good players in there.
God, they had a good side.
Yeah, true, right.
Your mate CSI, mate, I was in the front row.
Yeah, exactly.
Mate, you struck early. Marty Creaker and Mike Doreen. Logan Edwards came out of the blocks firing. But then you made one of your great runs. You bumped someone off, an offload to Marty Creaker, who put Simon Angel away. And and you did the same in the second half. A beautiful run, bumped a guy off through the hole, put Logan Edwards over for my favourite try of the game. That was just sublime. How incredible was it, to see that space open up? Is that part of being a half growing up, maybe? Because you had a real all-round skill set for a lock forward.
I don't know. Fella slipped off tackle. One of them.
Yeah.
He slipped off me, and I think Craig Innes should have come in and nabbed me, but he didn't. He just hung out. So that's what put me through that try that put Logan away. But I don't know. You just play what's in front of you.
Yeah.
And things just happen for some unknown reason.
Yeah.
And if you keep doing it, something will open up for you. And it did a couple of times for me that day. So, yeah, it was very lucky. Hey, but, Jesus, there was other good players that Logan Edwards, mate.
It was outstanding.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And Blair Harder got a double.
Yeah, Blair, yeah.
Like Doreen scored a great try. Like,
yeah, exactly.
So
all the boys were just on fire.
Yeah.
A whole lot of
Ronson Manu,
yeah.
taking it up, mate.
Yeah.
What a beast.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Stewie into the game.
Yeah.
The buzzard.
Yes.
Him doing it. Yeah. Fede, gee, there's some good boys at him.
So where does that rank? You know, you've done some amazing things, but that game was so special. Where does that rank in amongst your highlight reel?
Oh, that'd be around the top there.
Yeah.
No doubt at all, mate. I think, she'd be ranking 1 or 2 for the games I've played.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, nothing better, mate.
Yeah, every guy I've had,
pretty special.
From the first time I heard about it, Aaron Whittaker came on here, you know, in November last year, and he was just buzzing, you know, after having the reunion, and
yeah,
must have been great to catch up with everyone.
Yeah, I didn't catch up with them. I
Okay.
was stuck in Wellington trying to get back from the Chathams, but
Oh, right.
which is probably a good thing.
You'd still be drinking. Oh, mate, that's fantastic. So, 94, special year. Kiwis went on the tour of Papua New Guinea. Mm-hmm. Both yourself and Aaron Whittaker flew over from the UK because you missed the Cairns match, which was a bit of a warm-up match. But you linked up with them in Papua New Guinea, mate. Tell me everything. What's it like, you know, to be flown to Papua New Guinea? You know, when you arrive, what do you see? What's the experience like?
Out the gate.
Out the
gate, mate. But any tour is a good tour.
Yeah.
And going there is just, I would have never ever gone there otherwise, but good to go there for league. And gee, there's some hard boys there too.
They do.
You know? Unbelievable hard. And everyone knows the crowds are crazy and
crazy.
Yeah, it's just a crazy time. Crazy tour.
Yeah.
But some good times on tour, you know.
Now, Frank Endicott said, I asked him who are the standout players, and he said, yourself, after being spear tackled by one of the Kumals and nearly broke your bloody neck or something, and you know, then you just went on a tear, you know, ripped and everything, mate. Like, was that? Did that like light the fire underneath you?
Sort of. No, it didn't. Sort of. I was sort of fired up anyway, so that's probably how my neck didn't get broken. But I remember it was the start of the game. I think it might have been. I think a couple of them turned me upside down.
Yeah.
I think I lost the ball. There might have been a bit of scuffle going on, and I think Terry Hermanson coming and maybe sorted a few out. I think Johnny Lomax might have. I remember Raffles grabbing someone like this.
Doesn't sound like Raffles.
But we went on to win that game anyway, so it's always good, eh?
Unbeaten on tour, mate.
Unbeaten on tour.
That's a pretty good record to have, especially over there. Like, they're super hard. The facilities aren't exactly like high standard. Like, what was that experience like?
Fuck. Hey, look, what was there was what was there, but. The crowds are just so fanatic. It's just unbelievable. You know, first time going there, but just crazy. It's pretty hard to explain it unless you've been there.
Up in the trees and rubber bullets and tear gas and everything required. Yeah,
I think we were told earlier on before the game started. Well, they come back. I think they come to the hotel and said, "Look, listen, if there's tear gas and that goes off, which normally happens," he said, just hit the ground and put a towel over your head. I think we were the only ones left in the ground, lying on the ground with towels.
Oh, mate.
Come on, boys, it's time to get up.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely
bloody good day.
So was there any one in particular thing that happened or something you thought you'd never see in your lifetime?
Oh, there's a few things happened on there like that.
And people said, like, you had your golf caddies and bow and arrows, like, you know, and you know, Terry Hermanson's driving a bloody army jeep or something, and the boys are on the back with guns and stuff. Like, it's mad.
Yeah, it's just all those things, mate. But nothing sort of stood out that, you know. But just all those things over there that sort of happens, you know. It's crazy.
So cool.
You would have heard all the stories.
That's so good. Honestly, I love it.
Yeah.
Right,
different.
well, we're on test footy. You played 5 more tests, 2 against France, 3 against Australia in 95, scraping a series win against the French, 22-6 and 16 all draw, the 2 matches. And, they're not necessarily known as the strongest side, but is it different playing them overseas?
Pretty much. Pretty hard playing them there.
Yeah.
Where we played them, but yeah, they're a good side.
Okay.
Any international side's a good side.
Got to turn up.
Yeah, you got to turn up.
Yeah.
And they turned up.
Yeah.
I think it was it 16 all draw?
Yeah, the second test, 16 all draw.
Yeah. Sort of, actually one of the test boys actually come back and played for Featherstone. His name was Danny DeVay.
Okay.
And he used to play second row. And he was an absolute gentleman.
Yeah.
But on the field he was just a mongrel. But he was an absolute gentleman off the field,
Oh, I love that.
As soon as he goes over that white line, he's just, gone.
That reminds me of Amosi Kaloto, an absolute gentle giant off the field.
Oh, yeah.
I've had him here and just, he's the nicest guy.
Yeah.
But on the field, man, oh my God, don't tackle him.
Yeah, exactly. I remember playing him when he was at Widnes, and we played him at Widnes, and I think it was Kaloto, Kurt Sorensen was playing, Joe Grimmer.
Wow.
I think it was
Joe Grimmer was there, and Sini.
Yeah, Sini was there, yeah. And they had a good forward pack. Jesus.
Not bad.
And, Kaloto, he could run, mate. He could bang some boys out of the way.
God. And he was out wide too, so he gets a head of steam up, run over a little halfback.
Yeah, exactly. Run over me.
Fair.
That's what he's doing.
And so you played Australia in that 3-test series. It was your last series as a Kiwi. But, unfortunately went down. But no matter what, was it incredible to go out there and, be in the trenches with your brothers, fighting for New Zealand?
Always is. Yeah. It always is. And 95, it was over in England. But, it's always good to be in those groups,
Yeah.
Everything's sort of happening at 100 mile an hour. And you just get good memories off everyone, And it's pretty. Just didn't come away with it really. That year, but it's absolutely brilliant. I wouldn't turn it away for anything, mate.
Absolutely,
I'd do it all again.
Damn right. So going back to the UK, you played a Challenge Cup semi-final alongside Mark Nixon, Canterbury captain in that big win for Featherstone against Leeds, who had a Sini, and Ellery Hanley, Kevin Iro, Gary Mercer, and Craig Innes.
Yeah.
So, mate, how massive an occasion was that for you, and how cool was it taking on some more Kiwi boys?
Oh, it was good. It wasn't that good we lost, but I think we had four. We had actually 4 players at Featherstone that actually come from Hornby. Okay. At one stage.
Wow.
It was, I think Brady Roger might have been playing that game.
Yeah, Brett Rogers.
Yeah. Obviously Harry, Simon Angel.
Oh, yeah.
And Damien Mackey.
Right.
I think he's coaching the Sydenham under-13s or something now, Damien Mackey. And... so there's 4 players from, 5 counting me.
That's amazing.
From all playing in Featherstone at one go.
Amazing.
When you read about it,
churning out the big names.
Yeah. So, but that final, that was sort of our biggest game, Featherstone. Obviously, what step after that was going to be the Challenge Cup, but fuck it, we just never got there, mate. That was too good for us on the day.
Yeah. Must have been. Is that because it's such a big thing, the Challenge Cup? You must have been desperate to play a final.
Yeah, well, definitely. I was, and that's closest I got to it.
Yeah.
Featherstone went there. They went there. They played Hull. I think it was at 83.
Okay.
Might have been the last time they were there. So, and they were the underdogs, and they come out winners.
Wow.
And that's all they sort of focus on.
Yeah.
And for something, everything sort of lined up with us to do the same thing that year when we played Leeds in the semis, but never eventuated.
Just so close.
It all. Yeah, so close, mate. So close going down to Wembley.
Yeah,
but never got there,
mate. Did you ever have any opportunities to just off the cuff to sign with maybe a bigger name club? That was constantly sort of like your St Helens, your Wiggins, or any of them?
No, I think they might have thought I was too mad.
Could be sunburned too many times. We can't have that.
I remember the coaches always yelling out to me.
That's fantastic. Oh, mate. So I went through all your stats because I was trying to figure out where the whole Western Reds thing fit in.
Yeah.
Because was it an off-season opportunity, to go play some time in Australia? So you finished the season, you flew straight over to Perth.
Yeah.
You played for Western Reds.
Yeah.
And then you basically finised up and flew all the way back and started playing a new season.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty full on year that year. And what fucked me off, that sort of when I went to the Reds, we had my first game was against the Magpies West at Campbelltown.
Right.
So we all flew over back into Sydney, and I fucking hurt my knee, and the person who hurt my knee on was fucking Brent Stewart.
Stewie got you.
And I was limping the next 12 weeks after that.
Oh, funny.
So
it was a big unit, old Brent.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. So
how did the Reds deal come up? Like, that's like kind of just like a little pocket out of your whole career, just sort of happened for a short period of time?
I sort of had a phone call when they kicked off.
Yeah.
I thought Peter Mulholland, he was the coach, and he was reserve grade coach at West when I was there.
So we kind of knew you already.
Yeah, sort of knew me there. And the chief executive was at West same time I was there.
Okay.
And that's how sort of that evolved.
Right.
So they just asked me to go down there for 12 games. And I said, shit, I'll go in for 12 games. So uplifted everyone again.
Yeah.
Went down there for 12 games and uplifted everyone back to England again.
I bet you were popular.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So what's it like flying to Perth? Like, Western Australia, it's hot as over there. Must have been, and you've just come from the UK again. So, was it tough playing over in Perth?
Oh yeah, I played shit.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, I played actually shit when I hurt my knee on Stewie, and I just wasn't right, and I just couldn't sort of get into it after that.
Just got through it.
Yeah, got through it, and I should have left probably after about 4 or 5 games, because I just wasn't fit.
Yeah.
And I was just struggling to make the trainings and stuff like that, and just playing wasn't sort of doing anything.
Okay. So another question I'm sure many people would want to know is, was there ever opportunity to sign with the Warriors when they came in 95? Was there ever any hint? There was?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was, who was I talking? John Money had a yarn. There's one year, I think it might have, when I come back here, it might have been 94 or something, and the chief executive had a yarn. Yeah, I had a contract all written out.
Really?
All I had to do was sign it.
So what happened?
I didn't want to sign it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why not?
I was enjoying my time at Featherstone,
Fair enough.
Yeah. And I think the contract then, I think they were going to sign me for, I think about 85 grand a season, first season. It was a 3-year deal.
Right.
And everything, all the benefits, all that sort of stuff you get with that, and match fees and all the rest of it.
Car and all that stuff.
All that sort of carry on.
Not bad.
And it would jump up each year.
Yeah.
It was a 3-year deal there. And I thought, fuck, it might be quite good.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just...
Couldn't put on an Auckland jersey, eh?
No, couldn't play in Auckland. But no, it wasn't me. I was happy at Featherstone, mate.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So after your 9 games for the Reds, you're literally back to Australia. Back to the UK. And 95 was a crazy year for both Australia and the UK because Super League was born.
Yeah.
And although Featherstone finished the season above the relegation zone, they decided to knock you down to Div 2 anyway. So just how tough a time was that to be spiralling back to Division 2?
Another shit time. Well, when I was in Perth, I got an offer to go over to Castleford.
Okay.
And that's sort of Castleford and Featherstone, that's like Hornby Horsell here.
Right.
Fans hate each other, and no one does that over there. No. And what did I go and do? I went and signed for Castleford.
That's twice now you've jumped the fence so that I can come.
And I signed a 3-year deal for Castleford.
Yep.
And plus they were in the Super League, they were playing and Featherstone, and I didn't want to sort of go down that road again.
No. You played 2 games, though, from what I saw, and then made the transfer back up to the Super League with Castleford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. There was a bit of scrapping going on, bit of touring throwing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I ended up going. The reason why I went over, the fellow that coached me in Castleford, one of the people that coached me in Castleford called Alan Agar.
Yeah.
Richard, his son, does the Warriors.
Yeah, Richard Agar, yes.
Well, his dad was, he had something to do with Castleford. And I got on quite good with his old man.
Yeah.
And he said, I'll be looked after and stuff like that at Castleford. And I said, yeah, maybe I will do, but not all the fans will think that, mate, too, in Featherstone, because they'll be hard into me.
Yep.
So he said, sort of, you'll get by that. So I ended up signing 3 years for him.
Oh, I guess the opportunity to play Super League's
that was
too good.
Yeah. And Tuuta had just left that year too.
He did.
They were after a loose forward, so I fitted in there all right.
So he would have gone signed permanently with the Sharks.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah. So I think he'd played for the Sharks, come back. He'd done like an off-season thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he did.
Yeah.
So it fitted in quite well.
Yeah. Perfect replacement. I mean, you guys are each other's arch rivals, But was it pretty sad though to leave Featherstone behind? It must have been tough.
It was, mate, because I was still living in Featherstone.
Okay.
And just tripping, I never shifted house, and I was still sort of good mates with a lot of people that sort of didn't have anything to do with playing league, but they're still supporting them. Yeah. Supporting Featherstone. So it was a bit of a strange sort of, playing for Castleford and still going back and having a beer with me mates that were calling me all the names underneath the sun.
I bet it was. Oh, mate, that's tough. That's tough. So you played for Castleford until the end of '97. You got to play in a Premiership trophy semi-final alongside another guest I've had on the podcast, was Adrian Vowles. And
Vowlesy,
he had nothing but great things to say about you.
He's a good man.
How big of a deal was it going into that match, against the might of St Helens?
Yeah, jeez. We just didn't have firepower, really. Oh, Vowlesy, he was brilliant.
He's a good man.
Yeah, definitely. He can play footy, that man. Yeah. We just never had firepower on that day. But, sort of can't really too much to the match, really. But
where does that Premiership trophy rank in terms of hierarchy in the UK with all these cups and trophies and everything?
Challenge Cup is the biggest one.
Yeah.
Can't beat that. No, you can't beat it because, like I say, all the clubs around England are in it. They play off first. Yes. Then everything that comes in, then they jump into Super League, then they might come in, I don't know, it might be round 8 or something like that. Right. And if you're good enough to go, you're good enough to go, you know. And that's the biggest. At Wembley, they can't get any bigger, can it?
Mate.
Nah.
It's pretty incredible, eh?
Nah.
So what are your memories of Adrian Vowles? Like, how awesome was it to see him go on and win the Man of Steel award?
Oh, mate, he deserved it.
Yeah.
Jeez, he played so well. Unbelievable. I sort of couldn't believe that he still wasn't playing NRL, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back in Australia.
Well, he believed he was cursed over there. Playing at the Cowboys and the Gold Coast and win like 2 games a year type of thing.
Yeah. I actually caught up with Vowlesy. We had he must have been coaching the women's Australian side.
Right.
And I think it might have been the Sevens.
Okay.
And he was staying in the same hotels. The whole group were, and we're packed in the same hotel as them, walking down the road, and was him and another fella, I can't sort of remember his name, they had a good yarn, and I haven't seen him for years.
Yeah.
And he picked me out, and I was just, right, Vowlesy. Yeah, what a nice gentleman, eh?
It was awesome to meet him, do the podcast, and then he hooked me and Tracy up with some tickets to the Sportsman's Lunch over at the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Met Daryl Broman and Wendell Saylor.
Oh,
and
nice.
Unbelievable. What a legend.
Yeah. Has he got something to... Is he in the Burleigh Bears or something?
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
Yeah.
Is he still...
He's still involved with them.
Yeah. Yeah, nice, mate.
Very much so. Champion.
Yeah.
Absolute champion.
Oh, mate. And he sort of held Castleford together. Really.
He did. Yeah. And then the Super League came along with this idea of the World Club Challenge. So you got to play in that. You had played your old side, the Western Reds.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Oh, not that flash. I sort of didn't like a few of those boys.
I love your honesty.
Yeah, I thought they sort of upped themselves a wee bit, but
yeah,
that didn't go down too well. We played at Castleford, our first challenge at Castleford. Sort of held our own a wee bit, but they were just better on the day,
Yeah.
More better drilled than what we were at the time.
Yeah. Did you like the concept though, like of UK playing Australian sides?
Long way to travel.
It is
to play, but I think they've got it pretty well right what they're doing now, aren't they?
Yeah.
With the club sides.
Yeah.
Just grand final winners play each other, don't they?
Pretty simple, isn't it? Yeah.
But
I'd love it if they played at the end of the season instead of as a pre-season. Like the clubs change players, you've lost your momentum.
Exactly.
Our team can't win it for some reason.
Yeah, exactly. So, maybe that might need to be sorted out a wee bit, but it's a good concept.
It is. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm always excited to watch it. Yeah.
But the problem is, I would have thought, if I was playing in a team that were playing, if you're travelling and you're at the end of the season, well, she'd be piss-up time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We're still wasted. So 1998, you changed your club again. You went to Warrington. So what was the reason behind leaving Castleford and how did you end up at Warrington?
Oh, I got fucking sacked, mate.
Okay, that answers that. Emphatically.
Stuart Raper he come in and coached us, took over sort of halfway through.
Okay.
I think Johnny Joyner, he was a Castleford fellow, and he good fella, nice player, and he's been at the club sort of all his sort of life. Played for them and sort of coached them.
Yep.
And we weren't doing too well, so it wasn't sort of him, but they decided to move him on. And Stuart Raper? Yeah, Stuart Raper. Come and coach us and at the time, like when I was at West, Stuart Raper was there as well.
Okay.
And I took his position there, I think.
Yes.
And I think he got me back.
Right. Okay. I'm going to fix you, Tuuta.
See you later.
Far out.
But I ended up going to Warrington. And Daryl Vanderbilt was there at the time.
Okay.
And I was heading home. I thought, my knee's not that well, sort of missing a few trainings, but I had one more season there at Warrington. I enjoyed it there.
Yeah.
And we went too flash at the time, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it, yeah.
So your knee was giving you massive issues at the time, so you decided hang up the boots. But then there was one last hurrah, back to Featherstone. Yeah,
I actually come back home, and I get a phone call and see if they'd be able to help us out, and they were in first division again.
Okay.
And they were sort of trying to build a team to get back up in the Super League.
Yeah.
And I thought, out. And I sort of, how am I going to tell Mum that we're going back over to England? So I don't know how I told her. I think I took her out to tea.
Yeah. Flowers, wine, everything. Was going with the works.
Yeah. So I went back there for one more final hurrah, and so I think Hytro was there.
Oh, wicked. He was too. There's a photo of the four of you guys. There's four of you. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, Hytro, Asa.
Yeah.
He's there. Yeah, but fucking made the quarterfinal. I think made the quarterfinal or semi-final.
Okay.
We were starting last and we got fucking bumped over.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I couldn't find your stats on that season for some reason. I found everything else, but that one, it didn't show how many games you played that year or anything. So.
Yeah, I think I played all the games. I don't think I missed one.
Okay.
But they fucking put me up in the prop.
Oh, really?
So, that was the end. That was definitely the end of it.
Far out.
Yeah.
That's not the way you want to go out.
No.
Badges in the front row every week.
No.
Oh, my God.
That's what was happening.
Hide me in the centres, coach. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that's awesome. So, if there's any one thing that sticks out in your career, what's one thing you just look back on and go, yeah, that was pretty amazing?
Oh, gee. Oh, there's been a few things for me. I probably would have. my first test against the Aussies, mate.
Yeah.
That sort of set me up a wee bit.
Went down in history, mate. For
all the right reasons.
Yeah, for all the right reasons, absolutely. Oh, bloody fantastic. Right, let's finish with my few fun questions I ask everyone. So who do you actually support in the NRL? West
Tigers.
What about now?
They have to, mate.
They're not the Magpies anymore.
Yeah,
Does that hurt a little?
Yeah.
It must do.
Yeah. Should have never happened.
Yeah.
But
it had to.
Yeah, had to, mate. Had to for reasons. But yeah, bloody, they got some good history out there.
Yep.
At the Magpies, Campbelltown Stadium.
Tommy Raudonicus.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, mate, he's like the face of the Magpies, if you ask me.
Definitely. I ended up meeting Tommy. I think we played up in Brisbane.
Yeah.
And for some reason, and this is when I sort of first started kicking around, playing with the Magpie. And so I met him up there, and what a gentleman,
he's
mate.
He's a legend, eh?
Fuck, yeah.
Oh, mate, some of the stories I've heard. Yeah. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Right, who do you think's going to win the NRL this season?
Well, I don't think it's going to be the Wales.
Nope.
I don't know. I reckon it might be East.
Yeah, it's a good shout. I think they're one of the three sides that can do it.
Yeah.
The Storm and the Panthers.
Yeah, and I think it'd be a good sending off for Jared.
Yeah, that would be epic.
Wouldn't it, mate? Yeah.
He's an amazing player.
Yeah, I heard he might be going to Hull.
I actually think he has signed a one-year deal with the Super League, yeah.
So, Jesus, look out when he gets over there.
Crazy.
Poms will love that.
They will love him.
Oh, yeah.
They will love him. Okay, man. What is your favourite TV show or series of all time?
Jesus. I quite like Vikings, eh?
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's epic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you believe Frank Endicott said that as well?
Oh, did he?
Couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Has he got time to waste too?
No, Vikings is absolutely brilliant. Okay, man, last question. I think I know what you're going to say, but if you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
One meal?
Yep.
Oh, I can't say that. Oh, yeah, no. One meal. It'd have to be oysters, mate.
Yeah, seafood.
Yeah. Seafood, definitely.
Yeah. I knew you were going to say that.
Definitely seafood. And Weka.
Weka, loves his Weka. How good. Oh, man, thank you so much for coming on the podcast
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me, Dave.
Going back in the day has been an absolute treat. I've loved it. It's so cool to meet you guys.
Oh, it's good, mate. I'm much appreciated that you got me on the show. And, yeah, very enjoyable, mate. Doing a good job.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it. And thanks to everyone for watching out there. This has been Brendon Tuuta. I've been your host, Dave. And we'll see you guys next time for Kickoff.
Catch you guys.
Full time.